answer, please place here or present and send it to my WhatsApp number. Alright, not in the chat, but to my WhatsApp number. That way I can have a record of who was here. So today is the, and let me put my WhatsApp number in the group, 428-8979. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Michaela Sawyer. You about to say something? No? Okay.
Never mind.
Never mind? Okay. Alright. Okay, so guess what? Today's the last meeting for the week. Unfortunately. Or fortunately. Which one should I say? It's the last meeting for the week. So Thursday is the last. What? Trying to reconnect. Oh, it's on my. I see the problem. Alright, can you all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, alright. Yeah, sorry about that. So, like I was saying, today is the last study, our last meeting. I'm glad that you all made it until the very end. Okay, and so hopefully we can have a wonderful study tonight. Make sure that you have something to write on and something to write with. Just a few announcements. Number one, like I said, today is the last meeting for the week. We continue on next week Monday at 6 p.m. Also, if you have not signed up for your exams, the last day to do it, the very last day to do it, is tomorrow. That's tomorrow, January 28th. All right, that's the deadline. So make sure that you go to test and evaluation. If you haven't done so already, go to test and evaluation. That's located on Tollings Williams Island Highway, close to Workers House, right? And sign up if you are doing BJC. Let them sign you up. If you're doing BGCSE, let them sign you up. If you're doing BGCSE, I recommend students to do the extended. And so that will be papers 1, 2, and 3 for math, and for English it will be papers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and so make sure to sign up if you haven't done so already. If you sign in through your school, make sure that they also get that sorted out as well. Okay. Okay, so let's begin with the study for tonight. Someone had a question?
Oh, it's then okay.
Okay. All right, so we have covered a lot of ground, these past few days. We have looked at, how to graph linear equations. We looked at how to graph not only linear equations but linear inequalities, and we looked at how to graph linear inequalities in the x direction, and we learned how to graph linear inequalities also in 2 dimensions, right? In the x and the y. All right.
What about interval notation?
We also talked about interval notation as contrast to, or in contrast to inequality notation. And so we've been graphing our way up, and even up until yesterday, yesterday's study was basically looking at how to transform a word equation into a an algebraic equation. All right, and I had a question that came in, and the question was, there are different ways that we could approach these word problems. other than using algebra. So why are we using algebra? Well, we use algebra for those questions to practice translating those word problems into equations, all right? Because sometimes in the exam they ask you specifically, they would say, write this as write this in terms of algebraic expressions, or make an equation and solve for x. So yesterday we've been looking at that. Sure, there are other ways, using common sense and using different other methods we could approach the problem, but we wanted to look at those problems yesterday in terms of specifically in terms of an algebraic equation. So that's why we went through that. All right, so now tonight we are going to be looking at our oh so familiar friend, um, and our oh so familiar friend. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people are good at it, and some people can't remember, or it's confusing. But we're gonna do, for some people this might be review, for some people this may be um a I don't know if it's new to anyone else. But we're gonna be looking at but definitely some of the things that we're gonna be looking at, maybe not tonight, but as we continue on in this study, definitely I believe that you're gonna be able to learn something, or to reaffirm what you already know. This concept is tested all the time. They love questions like these. And as I was thinking about what we should move on to, um, I was not immediately, but I was reminded of our familiar friend of sets. And sets is tested a lot all the time, and sometimes students have confusion on it. And so we're gonna start from the basic, with the two sets, and then we're gonna build on to the three sets. Okay? And so buckle your seat belts. It's not gonna be a bumpy ride, it's gonna be an interesting ride, and we'll see how it goes. So we're gonna start from the very basic and then move on. So this first one is asking us, let's start from shading the regions. I like this one. This is a very good one. So we want to shade the regions. So it says shade the given region. This is very important for us to know these things, because especially when it comes to shading the region, because if you could shade in the region, then you're getting a conceptual understanding of what's happening. All right, and what that's gonna do is that once more complex problems comes, you can be able to answer it properly. So write down the question and let's attempt the first one. So they said here, shade the given region, and the region that they have for us for number one is A. Shade A. So I want someone to tell me, what do we shade on this Venn diagram for A? What do we
The
shade for A?
circle on the A, and like
Say it again.
the
Sorry.
circle on the A.
Let me do something. Let me do something. One moment. I think it's better if I show this thing. I think it's better if I show it here. I hate to move our stuff, but I think it's better if I. Uh, man. Let me see something. I think it's better if I show it on this one. Sorry. Okay, it should work. Yeah. Okay, so you all can still see my screen, right?
Yes, so
Okay, good. I want to show the work on this browser instead. Use on shading it, right? Oh
yes,
my.
so
Okay, so let me grab it again. Let's see if they allow me to do it. Okay, so will they allow me to do it? You ready? Sign in. Good, perfect. Okay, so yeah. So where should we shade?
the circle labeled A.
The circle labeled A. Anyone? Okay, anyone else? So they said shade the given region A. Which part should we shade? Let's use red for this one. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you. Okay, so I'm shading A, right? So I'm shading A. Good. Is that the answer? Am I complete?
No,
No,
sir.
sir. Am I complete? No. What else do I have to do?
You got
You got
middle
middle
in
in
between the
between the
also
I have the
A.
shade in between. How can it? Why? They say shade A. Why am I shading in between?
Because that's a
Because that's
part
a
of A.
part of A. Ah, because that's a part of A. Very good. So we must also shade in between. All right. Some students
Let's
get
repeat.
mixed up. Yes, ma'am.
When you say
When you say
Y, I thought
Y,
I
I
was
thought I
wrong.
was
I was
wrong.
like,
I
you
was
have
like,
to
you
shade
have to
them
shade
more.
them more. Yeah, this is A. When they say A, they talking about this whole circle. All right. This whole circle. This is A. All right. The whole thing. Now you may ask, well, B is a part of it. Well, that's because some elements are shared in between. In some elements are shared in between both of them. But when they ask for A, they're referring to this whole circle here. All right. So bear that in mind, please. So that is A. A is not only. All right. I need to make a very important distinction here. So A is not only this part. All right. But A also includes the intersection. All right. So that's A. Are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Good. So draw the diagram.
I have a
I have a
question.
question. Yes.
So if they
So if they
say
say
um
um
AB,
A
right? You
B,
would
right?
shade
You would
that
shade
whole
that
thing,
whole
right?
thing, right? Yes, and we come into something like that. We come into something
Okay.
like that. So that's shading A. Let me know when I can move it.
You doing
You
number
doing
two?
number two?
Or you
Or
picking
you
random
picking
up?
random up? I'm going to do something similar to this. Right? I want to show a key difference. So let's move on to I'm gonna keep the same one, right? I like this one now. And instead of saying shade A, shade the region A, right? Instead of saying that, I wanna say, this is my question now. I wanna say, instead of shading A, I want you to shade A only. So I'm not just saying shade A, but I want you to shade A only. What is the difference between that?
You wouldn't shade the
When shade
middle.
the middle? We don't shade the middle. Yeah, we don't shade the middle. All right, so that's the difference there. So the difference between A and A only is that we do not shade the part where they intersect. All right, so we shade this, all right, and all of that, but we do not shade the part where they intersect. Okay, so A, we shade the whole thing, but A only, we only shade that portion. We do not shade the intersection. All right. Okay, so if you have drawn them already, let me see them. The first two, A and A only, send them to me via WhatsApp, please. Let me see your notes. That's A and A only. All right. Any questions so far? Are we good? Can I move it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. Okay, good. So that's A and that's A only. So now let's move on to some
Well, I
points.
have
Well, I
a
have
date.
a date. Go ahead.
For the first
For the
one,
first
right,
one,
means
right,
I
means
use
I
the
use the
whole A,
whole
right?
A, right? Yeah, so
So
let's
why you can do the whole A
the
for
whole
this
A for
one?
this one? Okay, very good question. Very good question. Who's that? That's Hestiny?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Very good question, Hestiny. Remember, for this one, they said A. All right. And for here, it's a difference. They're saying A only. Right. So it's the difference between A, that means all of A, all right, and A only. So let's say for example, right? Anyone share a room with their brothers and sisters?
Yeah, so.
Okay, you
Yeah,
share a
so.
room, right? Good. So let's say this is your room, right? So this is your room. So if I were to say, so let's say let me use Nancy for example. Let's say Nancy shares room with her sister, right? So let's say that they share this room, and and so there they are, split in the middle. They share this room, right? But when they share in this room, okay, of course Nancy have her own bed, and the sister have her own bed, right? But the drawer, right? So this is the bed, right? With the drawer, everybody shares the drawer, right? And the mirror, everybody shares the mirror, right? And everybody shares the stand, all right? Okay. And I tell you, okay, um, that you are allowed into Nancy's room, right? I say that you are allowed into Nancy's room, okay? And so I say, go into Nancy's room, all right? And so if you go into Nancy's room, you would say, okay, well, I can have access into everything, right? Because they share the entire room, right? Now, if I say to you now, I only give you access to Nancy's room only, right? Right? So what I'm talking about here, I'm talking about specifically the part where she does not share with her sister. You see what I'm saying? So you're not allowed into the part where she shares with her sister. You only allowed into Nancy's part, right? So that's the difference right there between A and A only. A only means, hey, I don't want you to include the part that we share with B, right? So if B has any part to play in it, I don't want that. But when I say A means everything, even if it's shared with B, I want everything. All right, does that help to answer?
Yeah, so.
Okay. Anyone else have a question for me before we move on?
Awesome.
Okay. So that's A and A only. So let's say for example um we have again this set. Anyone know what the U means? The U.
Universal.
Universal
Union.
what?
Oh, union.
No, this U.
Union.
This U. What this U means? This U at the top. What does that mean?
Isn't it universal like the
I think it's union.
Not
everything else
union.
is not fit in the circle?
Universal set. That's what this means.
I
Right?
said universal.
You said universal. I wanted universal set. That's what I wanted. All right. Um. Okay. So where are we? So here we have this, and then good. So what if I ask for A, right, intersect B? What if I ask for that? What would you shade? A
The middle
intersect
part.
B.
Shade A and B.
Shade
The
the middle
middle.
part. The middle part. So this is A.
The middle part.
Yeah, the symbol which looks like a N, right? Which basically upside down U. This means intersect. Okay, intersect. So this is A intersect, right? Intersect B. Okay, so better than mine. A intersect B. Thank you for those persons who have sent the first two already. Miss Rackley, are you here? I can't hear from you, man.
Yes, sir.
You here? All right.
Okay, but say, could you find the word intercept? It means like both in common.
Yeah, intersect. Yeah, that means both, right?
Okay.
Um, both, or we could say common in both. common in both. All right. So that's be the elements where we have both of them in common. Thank you, Miss Alicia. Thank you, Abigail. Very good, Miss Abigail. Very pretty as usual. Jason Rowe, thank you for sending in the notes. All right, make sure I label these things. So just like how we have A and B, make sure I label them, all right? Make sure I label them. Thank you, Miss Nixon, for sending it. Pretty, wow. That's very pretty. You use a composite, Miss Nixon.
No, I use a cover.
Oh, because if you'd freehand that, I would be like, wow. Very good, Miss
I
Solana.
hope that.
Go ahead. Very good, Harry. Very good, Harry. Very good. Miss Cooper, thank you. All right. Okay, so that's A intersect B. So that's
Hello,
these
do
ones.
you have to put that U in the corner?
That U. Oh yes, that U.
Yeah.
That U means universal set, right? So
I
this
said, do you have to put it?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So this U means universal set. There are other ways to represent universal set, by the way. Sorry, let me write this properly. There are other ways to write universal set. The universal set best basically means the set that contains A, B, and everything else. So, in picture form, the universal set just basically represents this entire box, right? So the box is a representation of the universal set. For the universal set contains everything in the set, whether they inside A or B or not. Do we understand that?
You
Yes,
gonna repeat
sir.
it?
Okay, what I mean is the universal set is represented by this box here. The box represents the universal set. That's why this U is here, right? This is telling us all of the elements inside this set, all of the elements inside this box, whether they inside the circles or outside the circle, is a part of the universal set. So,
Okay, I got you.
let's do another one. So we know A intersect B. How about, I think y'all know what the next one is, so we're gonna look at.
Well, B in a second.
No, something more. Um,
A and D.
A. What if we have A
What do you do?
union B, right? So this here is union. So this is A union B. And this is everything. We want everything in A and B combined, right? So everything in A and B combined. So what would be shade?
Everything. A and
Everything,
B, and in the middle.
A
A,
and
everything in A and
middle.
B. Very good.
Yes,
So
sir.
that'll be this. Is that it?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah.
We have the shade also B as well.
Yes, sir.
So this is it. All right. That's A intersect. Sorry, that's A union B. Everything in A and B combined.
So that's the one where it shaded everything.
Yes, that's the one we shade and everything.
We want to picture everyone. I mean, every. Want me to?
Yes, please. Okay, so that's A union B. A union B means everything in A and B combined. All right. So that's A union B. So A intersect B would be just that middle portion. Okay. A union B would be everything in A and B combined. Okay, so next up we have oh wow, all these people left out. Okay, so next up we have okay, so we talk about A union B, A intersect B, and so now I think that we are let's do
Can you
A
put the last example up here?
A union
Delvin
A union
said.
this one A union B.
Right.
All right.
Yes, I got it. Thanks. You can
Okay,
move it.
no problem. Now now okay, what I'm looking for is oh yeah, so let's do something else. So let's say we have there's another one that's important. So we talked about A intersect B, A union B. So what if we have something like this? So we have something like A and a little C on top of there. What does that represent? What does that mean?
Everything but A. I mean,
Everything.
you don't
You don't
include A.
include it.
You do not include A. So how do we read it? How is this read? We read it as what?
Should everything
A
excluding A?
excluding A.
A.
A complement. I like that. A complement. That's how we read that. A complement. What's
Oh,
another
what's the
symbol
name?
for?
Sorry.
What's another symbol for A complement? Besides the A and the C, the A and the C. What's another symbol for it? How can we represent that?
You mean the A with the dash on top?
A dash. Very good. A dash. That's another way we could represent A complement. And that means that everything, in the set, sorry, I need to put a G there. So everything in the set, in the set, everything in the set except for A. So everything in the set except for A. Okay? So that means that can we yes ma'am?
Sorry, but you could go
You could
back
go
to
back
something
to
type of
something
thing,
type
could
of
you
thing,
please?
could you
The
please? The
one
one
after we did
after
do
we
A
did do
only.
A only.
That
No, the one
No, the one
after A
after A
only.
only.
A intersect B. So
I have that
I
one.
have that
I
one.
have that one.
That one.
This.
This.
Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
never
Never
mind.
mind. You got it.
I got it.
yeah. Okay, so the next thing is so we have okay, so A complement or A dash. Can we shade in this part?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Can we shade in this part?
No.
Anyone? Why?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Because it
Because it
including A.
included A.
Yes, because that includes
Yes.
A. And we do not want to include A. So for A complement, we do not include A. Alright, so better than mine. So we do not include A. So we move all of this. So it's gonna be A complement. A complement is everything on the outside, all of this, 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 all of this. Do we include B?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do include B.
Yes, sir.
Do we shade in the middle?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, we do not shade in the middle because we are trying to avoid this circle. Alright, so we're trying to avoid this circle. Trying to stay clear. You can shade in anything except for what's a part of this circle. What's a part of A. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So that's A complement. Okay, so we dealt with the basics, the A only, A intersect B, A union B, and A complement. Alright, so now we're gonna look at now I think we're ready to build our stuff. I want us to look at let's look at something like this. Let's say for example we could move Nancy room. Nancy, you don't mind, right? We're gonna move your room. You don't mind, right?
Not at all.
No, okay. Alright, going once, going twice. Sorry. Bye, Nancy room.
Couldn't use the next page.
Yeah. Good. So okay, so alright, so we did A only. So and we did A, so let's do B. You know what, let's do it in order. Let me just do it in order. Because I think them stuff are coming up. This one is gonna be interesting. But I'm gonna allow you all to try it. Try this one on your own before I even give you all the answer. Try it. First, let's read it. What does it say?
A union B. Is this supposed to be
A union B complement.
Complement.
Yeah, A union B complement, right? So how do we say this? We say A union B complement. Interesting, right?
Everything in A,
Everything in A.
B,
But
everything in
Everything
U.
in you.
everything in A.
Okay, you say
A and
everything in
B.
A. Okay, what is it saying though? This is saying that we want everything in A along with everything that is not in B.
B, yeah.
Think about that. Everything in A along with everything that is not in B.
I don't understand that though. Can you like
So we
explain?
shade
Okay, alright, okay.
We shade the whole,
Say it again.
shade the bottom side of A.
I heard two different things.
Shade
Someone
the
is telling
bottom
me to
side of
repeat
A.
it again. So let me start off by repeating again. Everything in A along with everything that is not in B. So let me write that down. So here we want so this is A union, we read it as A union B complement, right? A union B complement, and that is everything in A. If you're not speaking, please mute the mic, please. Everything in A along with everything. Mute your mic, please. Mute your mic, please. Everything that is
not
not in B, right?
this.
Okay. So how do we shade that?
So we will shade we shade the outside and A, but we wouldn't shade B.
Say it again.
We would, I don't know how to explain it. We would shade the outside and everything that indicates U, and then we would shade in A, but we wouldn't shade B.
Okay, so let's try. So first and foremost, right? This is asking for two things. First, let us shade A, right? And then
Mr. Petit,
go
so
ahead.
sorry, I can't hear you because like someone's mic is on in the shed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cherise or Rose.
Miss Cooper, turn your mic off, please.
Diamond
No,
and
not Miss Cooper.
that's Miss
Hi, Miss
Rose.
Cooper.
Come on, y'all.
Hi, Miss Cooper. Sorry, Miss Cooper. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Miss
Interesting.
Cooper. I'm so sorry. Please accept my apologies.
It's a new year, new heart. You see.
It's a new year. All right. I almost said no. I almost said no. So, all right. Okay. So, yes. What your question was again? I think I remember. I remember I was about to answer someone's question. Oh, I was
I was
about to
trying
show.
to say, I was trying to asking you that I don't understand how you get. Well, I don't know how Miss Cooper got the antithesis. I was confused.
I mean, no one says she's right. Um. Okay. Today we are doing math. I think she's right. We're doing math, of course. Social studies and religion. So that's better than mine. Okay. So the easiest way that we could do this, not I would say the easiest way, right? But the way that seems natural to me is that if we know what A is, remember this is saying A along with everything that is not in B. So we're going to use different colors. So let's first shade in everything that is in A, right? So everything that is in A is going to be this. So we know that, hey, okay, this is what we're looking for. Everything that's inside A. So, sorry, don't shade after me now, because I'm going to erase certain parts. I'm just going to try and show you how we think about it. So we want everything in A. So everything in A is going to be accounted for. So all of A, right? All of A. So that's what this is saying, all of A. But this one is saying, hey, I want everything that is not in B. So that means that we want B complement. So B complement is going to be this, right? B complement is going to be this. B complement is going to be this. So tell me, where does the green and the red intersect? Where does the green and the red intersect?
A and B.
They intersect where?
A?
They intersect at A only.
A only.
So the part that they're looking for is this part, A only. So this is what we're looking for. All right, so this is the only part that we should be shading right there, whatever in blue. Okay, so let's do
That's
it.
the only piece that should be shading, why the
That's
middle
the
piece
only
shading.
that's the only piece that should be shading, the one that's in blue.
Mr. Petit, could you explain that one more time? Like, I
I
don't
know, I
understand.
know.
Because like you say that
I
supposed to
know.
be shaded in, but the middle piece still shaded.
No,
I
I just is showing.
confused.
I just is showing you. I just is showing you because it's two things that's happening here. We have A and we have B complement. We have defined their union where they come together. All right. So better than mine. So all right, let me do it again. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. For Nancy's sake, because everybody else get it right, or everybody in Nancy's state, but just too shy to say. Nancy, I don't believe you're alone. So let's do it for all of us. So we have A. So all of this is A. Am I correct or no? All of this is A.
Correct.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
All of that is A.
Yeah.
So the red represents what? The red represents what?
A?
A.
A.
We good? We're good. The red represents A.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good. Now, we're going to use the green to represent B complement. Okay? And we just did B complement a while ago. B complement is going to be everything except for B, right? So that also includes this parts of this red thing. Okay, that also includes parts of this red thing. Oh, you know what? So that also includes parts of this red thing. Now, so this is saying that we want the union of them. Their union. All right. So both of them. So everything in this set is included, and everything in this set is included. All right. So my apologies. It's not just the blue part, right? Because they said union. So union means we include everything in both. So everything in B complement and everything in A. So everything in the red and everything in the green. And so everything that should be shaded is shaded, except for this blank part. So my apologies on the first one. It wasn't just the blue, but it was also everything else that is shaded because they asked for the union. So the union means that we could include everything in the first set and everything in the second set. But if they had asked for the intersection, that would have been different. But here they asked for the union. So in this case, everything that is shaded here is correct. So both the red and the green.
Okay, last question. The middle part would be included as well.
The middle part would be included as well. So
Okay.
if we were to do it on a fresh slate with just one color, we would shade in. Let me just use blue. We would shade in all of this, all of this, all of this, and all of that. And the only part that we would leave is B only. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think y'all get that. I don't know. I don't feel like
I
y'all
get
get
it.
that.
I understand. It's like a different, right? Like for example, if you take out the union off and the A off, it'll be like B complement and now be everything but the
Exactly.
circle.
Exactly.
Okay, one question, Mr. T. Just okay, you see how you like if we just would have had B complement and we wouldn't include the middle section, would that still apply to this, or it's just when you have it by itself?
Say it again.
Okay, let's say we were just to have the B complement and we just shared everything but B. The intersection wouldn't it be out because it's B complement?
The
Like the middle
intersection.
part. Yeah,
Yeah.
like where we
Exactly. Exactly. So if we just had B complement, we wouldn't have shaded in the intersection. But because
okay,
we also Mhm.
so when it's like this, the middle part will be included then.
Yeah, because go ahead.
Because that's the part where I'm confused at. Because I'm looking at the one previous, and I'm looking at this one, and I just like I don't know.
Yeah, because we have A also included as well. So this gives us the privilege to include the intersection because even though they say B complement, right? They also say union A. So that means that everything in A has to be in the set. So including the intersection as well.
Okay, I understand. All right, thank you.
So if we want to shade in A union B complement, this would be a graph. So first you shade in all of A, then you shade in all of B complement, and then you're done. Any questions for me with this? I
No,
want to
sir.
see. I really want to see this one for those ones who are taking notes. I want to see this drawing. This one is an interesting one, so I want to see this one. So let me see the pictures, please. Send them to me on WhatsApp. It's a good time to take the register. Welcome, Lionel. Thank you, Solana. Okay, so let's go. Let's go back here. Thank you, Miss Nixon. Thank you, Miss Cooper. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Dylan. Wait. Wait a minute. Zaria, are you here?
Yes, sir.
You are literally here. Wow. I thought you was incoming, you know. Um, but
Oh,
happy birthday, happy birthday. We have a birthday girl inside the group.
thank you.
Um, Zaria is literally here on her birthday. Wow, this is amazing. Dedicated, true soldier, right? Happy birthday, Zaria, from our hearts to yours. No one else wishing Zaria happy birthday? Come on, man.
Thank you.
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right,
Happy
good.
birthday.
Sing for her.
No, we're not gonna sing now.
Happy birthday.
Ah, yeah, but yes,
Thank you.
definitely. A true soldier on it. I wonder how much y'all would have been here if the day was your birthday. Lady, y'all
I
would have
was
done
I,
for me.
I was
did.
here. I was here, Mr. Petit. We all know
Yeah,
that.
right.
Continue.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
you are.
That's not true. Yeah. They telling me a lie.
I was here when you told me happy birthday.
All right.
I
Okay, but
was here, but you found out the day afterwards, Mr. Petit. You told me the day afterwards. Because the first day we came back
I
from
was
camp.
trying to call you all day and you didn't answer your phone. Remember that?
I'm sorry.
All right. So this is So let's do another one. Let's say we had A intersect B complement. Just a bit different. Here we have A intersect B complement. A intersect B complement.
So you would shade in the middle, right?
So here intersection means where both of them, right? Where we have both of them in common, right?
Middle.
So
Excuse
go
me,
ahead,
Mr.
go ahead, Lionel.
If you have any spare time, can you show me how to do profit and loss? Because I have a profit and loss math quiz to do tomorrow, and I don't know how to do it one more time.
Profit and loss.
Yes, sir.
Okay, profit and loss.
I have a
Are you able to stay back after class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we could do it after class. I could do that with you. So both. So this is where they are both in common, right? So the first thing you have to do for these stuff, right, is first label A, then label B complement, and then find where they meet. So that's what we miss and do the first time, right? And so let's show A in blue. So we're gonna show A in. Yes, ma'am.
And B complement means you don't include B, right?
Yes.
So like the middle is where they both intersect. So like how you supposed to do it if you ain't including B?
Okay, you can see right now. So A, we're gonna shade A by using which color? The baby blue, right?
Right.
So let's shade in A using the baby blue. So all of A, all of A. So this is all of A. And the reason why I color it instead of doing the other way is because I really want you to see what's happening here. So all of this is what?
A.
All of this is A. Okay? All of this is A. So all of this is A. Now, we want B complement. So B complement is going to be, we're going to use a green for this. B complement is going to be what? Everything except B, right? So all of this. So we're using a green to denote that. Everything except B. So using a green to denote that. So all of this, everything except for B. Now, do we include, because remember we want everything except for B. Do we include some parts of A?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So this part will also be included because this is not a part of B, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Hold
this
on,
part.
see, now I'm confused. I think you're
So,
saying
so
in
A
that.
only.
Ah, exactly. So we shade in this. We still shade in B complement because we are not touching B. You see that, right?
So I shading it again.
No, I the blue represents A. The green represents B complement.
Oh, okay.
You understand, Miss Cooper?
Um. So why you
No.
shade in the middle? I
Say it
say
again.
I understand, but why you shade in the middle? If so, you just
I
was
shade.
representing A when you shade in that whole thing in blue.
Yeah, exactly. A is represented in the baby blue. Remember, A means all of this circle. So we shade in the blue for all of the circle.
Oh, I
Okay?
thought you was doing the whole thing one time.
No, no, I was doing the whole thing one time. Okay, so and B complement is everything in green. So my question to you is, so now what they're saying, right? They're saying is they want the intersection, right? So they want the intersection. They want the intersection of A and B. So we have the shade, the part where they intersect would be where? Where the part where they intersect? What
The
part where they
middle.
intersect? Not the middle. The part where
In
they
the middle.
intersect. Not the middle.
A. A.
The part where they intersect. In terms of colors, what would that be?
Green.
Green.
Where the where the
Green.
no, not only where the green. Where they intersect. So
Blue.
where the
Blue
blue
and the
and the
green
green
and
come
Blue and
together.
green.
Right? So where the blue and the green come together. So where does the blue and the green come together?
At A.
At A. At A only. So that's, let
Exactly.
me,
So that's the same thing as saying where A and U come together.
that's the same thing as saying where, you should mean, let me understand.
Like where you say where green and blue intersect.
Yeah, where the green and blue intersect. That's what they're trying to say. Where the blue one and the green one intersect, that is what this is representing. So I'm gonna
Okay.
use a purple to color that, right? To denote that. So this is the answer. The answer is what's in purple. So only this part represents A intersect B complement?
The purple and the green on the outside, right?
No, just the purple part. Not the green on the inside, not the green on the outside. Just where they intersect. So this portion right here, is, let me label it, that is A intersect B complement. Okay, do we understand that, or should I do it again?
I don't understand that.
Mr. B. Do it again.
Yeah, that one
I'll take the picture.
Do it again. They say do it again. All right.
Isaac,
Yes, sir.
Hello.
can you go back on the previous one, please? I'll take a picture of that.
No problem. So we're gonna do this one again, and then I'm gonna go back to our previous one. So I'm gonna do it again, but let me know when I can move this. Let me know when I can move this.
The
Let's
colors
see what
on it.
the part what confusing me is like how you shading in all them different colors,
Mm-hmm.
like it throwing me off on like what I supposed to be shading in. Like you saying you ain't supposed to include the middle, but like you have a shade, but like all of
No,
that
okay.
is
The part that is the answer is the one that is in purple. Okay?
So that all right. So that's like saying A.
That's like saying A only.
A only. I mean.
Yeah. Yes. Alright, so let's do this again.
On the
Nothing
previous
wrong
one,
with
please.
doing. Oh yeah, you said go back to the previous one, right? So this is A union B complement.
No, the one before that. Oh, let's say, never mind. All right, yeah.
By the way, remember we corrected this. This was wrong.
All right.
We corrected this. This was wrong. This was not correct. We had to. This is the correct one, and this is the correct one. So let's do it one more time. All right. So let's do. So let's see. I don't want to take the. I just want to take the picture. So we want A. I'm gonna use colors again. We want A intersect, right? Intersect B complement. Follow my colors. All right, that's what we are, right? A intersect B complement. I am going to shade in A. I'm going to shade in A by using blue. Okay. So do we understand that, right? I'm gonna shade in A using
you gonna
using
repeat
blue.
that please?
I'm gonna shade in A using blue. You understand? You understand that?
Yes sir.
So here I go. So I'm shading in A. So all of this is A. So every part here is A. So A includes this portion, and I'm shading it here. So all of this is A. What else is A?
The middle.
The middle is also A. So the middle is also A. All right, good. So are we clear that this is A? Are we clear that that's A?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Now, have we finished everything? Is this A intersect B complement? Like
No,
is
sir.
no, we
No.
haven't shaded. No, we just shaded what? All we shaded was
A.
A. The next thing that we're gonna shade is B complement. B
Complement.
B complement means what? What does B complement means?
You
Don't
can't
include
shade
B.
anything. Or you could shade
Everything
anything.
except me.
Everything
Everything
except B.
everything except B.
Everything except for B.
Good. Yes. So let's shade in B complement. So all I'm doing is I'm just shading in B complement. That's it. Okay. So let's shade in B complement. So B complement is going to be all on the outside. So everything on the outside there. So all of this. All of this. Remember, I cannot shade in B. So all of this would be B complement. Now, what am I? Have I finished shading in B complement?
No. I mean, no, sir.
No. What else is a part of B complement?
A.
A, right? So this is
A.
part of B. So this is a part of B complement. The intersection is a part of it or no?
No, sir.
No, because why?
No, sir.
Does that include B, I guess?
Because that includes B. So all we're doing is shading in B complement. Okay, good. So my question simply is, where do the blue and the green, or what parts of the diagram do the blue and the green have in common?
A only.
A only. So that's the question that you ask. Which part do they have in common? Right? Which part that they have in common? The only part that they share, the only portion where the blue and the green come together is right here.
Between that sign is where they intersect, like where the two things intersect.
Yeah, where the blue and the green intersect. So this means intersect, right?
Okay.
And so I'm going to color that in purple. So what I shaded in purple is the answer. All right. So in the exam, you're not gonna shade in the blue and the green. The only thing that you need to shade in is the purple. That's the correct answer. That is A intersect B complement.
I understand.
So the purple is the correct answer. Nancy, you with me? Or you're not here?
I'm here.
Here and understanding or just here?
Um, I'm here and understanding, I guess.
Alright, no problem. Alright, so Miss Nixon, you understand what's happening?
Yes, sir. Okay, so A intersect B complement. You can let me know
Yeah.
if I'm wrong. A
Yeah.
is the entire portion that is colored blue.
Yeah.
B complement is everything outside of B.
Yeah.
and the intersection part is where green and blue intersect.
Yeah, where they come in common. Yeah. So the answer, what is
Where
the
they
answer
come
to?
together.
Yeah, where they intersect, or what part,
The
what
purple
portion of the?
section, right?
Yeah, the purple section. So the purple section is your.
On 8.
Yeah, the purple section is your answer.
The purple
So that
section
purple
where
section.
it's divided by 8.
Yeah, so that's A intersect B complement. That's it right there.
Okay.
So what if I just shade in A only, except
That's
unless?
the only part you should shade. I just did the other shading just so that you can understand where it came from. So on a clean sheet, we're gonna just shade in A only, and that would be A intersect B
Elijah,
complement. Yes, sir.
for the previous one, the answer was the thing shaded in the blue, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
All right.
For the previous one, the answer was only one shade in blue. So let's have a clean sheet. And so in the exam, if they ask you for A intersect B complement, you know that the only thing that you need to shade is what?
A.
A only. Be careful. A only.
A.
I mean A
So
only.
so this is the only part that we need to shade. And this is A intersect B complement.
But I have one more question.
Go ahead.
So you like how we only shading in A where they intersect. So why wouldn't we shade the outside also?
So why did I do this like this?
Yeah, like why wouldn't we shade the outside also?
No, we wouldn't shade the outside also because that's not where they intersect. That's not where the blue and the green intersect. You can't shade the outside also.
I
You're
keep
looking for where
forgetting
they
that.
meet. Where? Say it again.
I said I keep forgetting the intersect part.
Yeah, the intersect. Yeah. So it's a difference. Notice that there's a key difference between intersection and union, right? So for intersection, we have the shade where both parts have in common. But for union, like we saw here, for union, we didn't have to only stay to where they have in common. We could include the outside. That's the difference between union and intersection. For intersection, only where the two intersect or the two meet, you have the shade. But for union, you could shade the other parts as well.
Okay,
So let
now
me
I
go.
get it.
So let me go back here. This is A intersect B complement. Okay, so let's move on.
Time moving fast.
Yeah, I noticed. And we've just done a couple of sets. I don't even know if I want to do the rest of these because that was took us so long. Okay, so we good. So this is going to be A, just A, right? A union B complement. We saw this already. We have the shade in all of A, and then we have the shade in B complement as well. And B complement is going to be everything on the outside, okay, including A. So we got that. This is B. We understand why this is B?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is B.
Why didn't we do that?
Why didn't we do this? This
You could
one,
explain.
yeah, let's just explain it.
That isn't the same thing as the one we just do.
It's exactly the same thing.
Okay.
Because remember we did let me show you what they did here. Remember, notice that this is just A only. You see that, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So that's the same one we did, or that's a different question? It's like I see the bracket.
Who's that? That's Yon?
One.
One. Okay. Yeah, so this is exactly the same question we did. It's just written differently. So this is equal to, you see the complement and the complement, right? So if you
What's
have
the
a
bracket?
yeah, so if you have a complement, bracket, complement, that's equal the letter. So so we have A, right? Let's say we have A complement. If I put that in brackets, all right, how would we read it? I want y'all to think about how would you read it. Read this for me.
A complement bracket complement.
No. A complement complement.
Oh,
Think about that. A complement complement.
Huh?
Yeah, A complement complement. So all it is saying is that in simple terms, they just asking for A because the complements cancel out each other. Okay.
what about the
So
never
so
mind.
A complement complement is just A. All right. Don't mind them trying to complicate things. So this here where they have A complement complement, that's just A. All right. And then we have the intersection sign.
And then A
Intersect
only, right?
B complement. No,
And
here they
A,
talking
you're
about
saying A only, right?
no, here they talking about literally A. But when you intersect it with B complement, then you get A only. And this is exactly what we did um, just now. I just didn't use the notation of A complement complement, right? But this notation is exactly this notation, right? So when they have A complement complement, that just means the letter itself. And we keep the intersection sign, and B complement remains the same. And we know that A intersect B complement, we just did that. That is A only. Okay, that's A only. We clear on that, or I need to explain it again?
The brackets. I'm a little confused about that.
Uh-huh. Okay. So all you need to know is if we have, so say for example, we have B complement. So basically the complement of the complement. That's all it is. So the complement of the complement. So once you see them together, once you have two complements, that equals the letter itself. Because the complements cancel each other. So it leaves you with the letter itself.
Okay, it makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, the complement of the complement, because remember, it's like saying, right? Remember what B complement means. Everything, all right, except for B, right? It's saying everything except for B. But this is saying on top here, okay, everything except for, it's hard to really phrase it, but let me try. B complement means everything except for B. And then you put a complement on top of another complement. So that is saying everything. It's a double negation basically. And if you have a double negation, that leaves you with, it's like a negative and negative. A negative and negative is a positive. So it's the letter itself. So if we had, say, D complement um, of the complement, what would that be equal to?
D.
Just D. Okay. So here we have A complement complement intersect B complement. That's just simply A intersect B complement. And like we saw just a while ago, we saw that A intersect B complement is simply A only.
So it's
All
like the
right.
complement you don't include it, and then when you see another one you include it, like you get
Exactly. Something like that. Something like that. So it's like don't include and then don't include. It's like, okay, so we start back for where we was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let me move this. So B, we know what B only is. I like these two. I like this one. I like these two. These two are good ones. It's saying A union B. We saw this before. A union B is everything in A and everything in
B.
B. A intersect B complement. That means say everything except for where they intersect each other. Alright? So A intersect B complement means you could shade in everything except for where they intersect each other. Okay?
Hold on,
So
let me
that's
write
how
that
I
down.
noticed that one different from the other one
Yeah,
though.
yeah, let me write that down, please.
which one?
Number 6, because it's different.
Yeah, that's number 6 is different. What you're saying, Ricardo, you notice that
From the one we just did and number 6 is different.
it's different from which one?
From the previous one we just did.
Yeah, because notice that for the previous one we did, let me show you the difference. For the previous one we did A intersect B complement. And so that means that the complement only was on B. It was not on A. But here they're saying, hey, the entire thing is complement. You see what I'm saying? You see the difference?
Okay.
Yeah.
You could explain
Hold
that.
on. What would the brackets represent?
The brackets mean that this entire thing is complemented. So let's do this one. So let me show you what I mean. So this would have been a good one to do before we saw the answer. But so let's see. So we want A intersect B, right? But we do not want to include that. So first of all, let's find A intersect B. What is A intersect B?
The middle.
The middle portion.
Oh, no, I can't get it.
So this is the middle portion, right? But they're saying someone's mic is on. Someone's mic is on. Thank you. Who that was, Miss Miss
That was me, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So this is saying, right? A intersect B, right? A intersect B. This is A intersect B right here. You understand what I'm saying? This is A intersect B right here. So all this is A intersect B. But they're saying do not include A intersect B. That's what this is saying. Because it's saying A intersect B complement. So do not include that. So that means we can include everything else except for the middle part. So we shade in everything else except for the middle. Does that make sense?
I was confused at first, but now I get it.
Gotta repeat that, please.
Okay, no problem. So I'm saying that if we have A intersect B, A intersect B, right? This is A intersect B. Where would A intersect B be?
The
In the
middle.
middle.
In the middle. Very
In the
good. So
middle.
that's the middle portion, right? But because it have the complement around it, this complement is for the entire thing. So this is saying do not include the middle part. Okay? So do not include the middle part. So that means we have to move this. Don't include that. We can shade in everything else, but we do not include the middle part.
Not to sound silly or anything, so how come they didn't put the dash on the union symbol?
Say it again.
How come they can't complement the union symbol?
We could complement the union. You want to do an example with that? Yeah, let's complement the union.
That's possible.
Yeah, we could complement the
I
union.
have one question, Mr. Pache.
Go ahead.
Okay, if we move the one and just keep it in the brackets, would it be the same thing as just shading in the center, or it'd be something different?
Say it again.
If we were to move the complement sign, would it still be just the center, or it would be something different?
So if we move the complement side, if we move the
Complement
complement, yeah, if we move the complement symbol, then that's saying just A intersect B, and that's just
Oh,
shade in the middle.
okay. Just wanted to be clear.
Yeah. Now, so let's move on. So someone said, well, what if we want to complement the? This is very important. The brackets, when they put in the brackets, that means the entire expression is complemented. All right, so that's very important to remember. Okay. Once you put in brackets around that, that means the entire thing is complemented. So better than mine, please. Okay, so so um so let's do one where we have the union, right? So what if we have A union B, but we want everything to be complement. So first of all, let's first find A union B. What is A union B?
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
For the outside. A
Yeah,
and B.
everything. Yeah, so everything. So that'll be everything in the middle, right? So all of A, all of B combined, right? So this is A union B, right? This is A union B. But because they say complement, they're saying, hey, do not include the purple. So shade in everything except for
So
the
the
purple.
outside itself.
So the outside itself, yes. So that'll just be everything I shade in red. All right, are we clear?
Wait, you can
Yes,
repeat
sir.
that? I got it right now.
No problem. Any questions for me?
And this
No,
reads, can you pronounce that reads, please?
Say it again. A union B complement. Say it again. Say it again, please. Miss Joseph, you just asked me something?
Oh, no, you already answered the question. Never mind. Thank you.
Oh, okay. No problem. Okay, so let me know when I can move this.
You could go back maybe previous one, previous. Oh, it's the answers. I want to take a
Ah,
picture of it.
oh, you mean the answers to, you mean these guys?
Yeah. You could scroll up my page.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
We good? All
Yeah.
right. So okay, so that's that. That's This is just a little taste, to be honest. This is a little taste. I realize that it's taking so much time, so I don't extend it further, but it's just a little taste in your mouth of shading these things. All right, so let's get to something a little bit more. Um, I should say, should I use the word easier? Um, I think we should do some practice on this one too before we even get to that. This one is interesting because here we have to make up our own. So I like this one. This is gonna be interesting. It's really interesting to see what we come up with, right? So we have to make up our own. So we have something that is shaded already, and we have to. Oh, come on. Okay, sorry. Let me do something. We have something that is shaded already, and we have to come up with our own um understanding of it. So number one, what would be? How would we represent that in terms of a set? In terms of set notation. Number one.
A.
Yes. Anyone
A,
agree with
A,
her?
and B complement. Oh,
This
A,
number one.
A.
A.
Yeah, that's just A. That's just A. All right, these things are pretty easy. Ah, now number two. Let me see if anyone paying attention. Number two.
Um.
Wow, number two. Come
Oh.
on, number.
A
A,
union
intersect,
Complement.
A
A
intersect.
complement.
Very good. A
I
intersect
said it.
B
I said it.
complement.
B,
Right.
Yeah,
complement,
but I
and
did
bracket.
not
Just B complement.
We literally just did this, right? We literally just did this. Literally, right? So everything except for
where they intersect.
where they intersect,
You
right?
know where they intersect.
Everything except for the middle part. Okay, everything except for the middle part. All right, so we good. A, so that's good. Once I move, it moves the entire thing. So make sure I take a picture of it. Once I move this, it erases it. So we know this is all of A. This is everything except for A. All right, and the next one.
A
Okay,
union
number
B.
three.
A
Number
union
three.
B.
A union B. Anyone agree with her or disagree with her?
I agree.
I
Yeah.
agree.
You agree? All right. Okay. Well, Miss Cooper, they agree with you, but do I agree with you? It's the question. All right.
Yes, I do.
A. Yes. A union B. Yes, A union B. All right. Number four.
A union B complement.
B intersect.
A
No,
union B
we just did
complement.
this. We just did this.
A
Say it
union
again.
B complement.
B
No.
complement. B
A
complement.
union B complement.
No.
B complement. I said B
A,
complement.
intersect, B, complement.
No.
I said B complement.
No. Okay, you said B complement?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
right. B complement.
Oh yeah, she was screaming
A,
that.
Yeah, B
A,
complement.
intersect, B, complement.
No, just B complement.
Or
Because
just B, complement, sorry.
just B complement. Because here we do not include. Sorry, very sorry about that, Nancy. I wasn't even registered in my brain. I was like, what are you saying? But you're right, Nancy. Because we want everything except for B.
B.
Alright? Everything except for B. Okay? Y'all are pretty good at this. Can I move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
A union
A
B complement.
union B.
This one,
Complement.
A union B complement.
B complement.
A union B complement. A union, is that true? A union B complement.
Yeah.
Yes.
A
Sounds
union B
like
complement?
yeah.
Yes, it is. A
A
union B
union.
complement.
A
Guys, huh?
A,
Alright, you all
A,
saying
S,
union
Wait,
B
A
complement. A,
what is
S, B complement.
A union B complement.
okay, you're saying A union B all complement or just the complement on the B?
Just a complement on the.
complement on the B.
Oh, just the complement on the B.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Um well, let's see. If we were to do all of A, so we know all of A is is included. All of B, yeah, this is exactly what we did before, right?
Yes,
Um,
sir.
let me check it. This is exactly what we did before. A union B complement. That's this.
Yes, sir.
So A union B complement. Yeah, that's correct. So A union B complement. Remember, the complement is only on the B. Number 6.
A intersect B complement.
A intersect B
A by
complement.
itself.
A only. That's A
We
only.
could say A only, but we want set notation. So
A
A
intersect B
intersect
complement.
B complement.
And it could be that A complementing E too.
Or it could be, or it could be, thank you for reminding me, A complement, complement, intersect, B, complement. Alright, good. Any questions on this? Any questions? Okay, so let me know and I can move it.
Yep.
Okay, good. Alright, so that's it for shading. Like I said, this is just a fundamental overview. Certainly it gets more difficult and more difficult and more difficult. In fact, let's not shy away from it. Let me just give you all at one time. It's just that I know it was hard to explain these ones, so I'm like, boy, explaining these ones could be even more interesting. But let's give it a run.
They look
Wow.
All right, so we're gonna start basic. So I'm gonna start with a basic one. Okay, number 4 is probably the most basic, and then number 6 is basic as well, and then yeah. So that we can start basic, and then we can build. All right. So let's start basic. So here we're dealing with how much sets?
3.
3 sets, right? 3 sets.
Three
Wow.
sets.
Yeah, 3 sets, right? And so what if I ask you, in this set, I want you in this one, I'm gonna do 3. And this one, and this one. So I want you all to try this and send it in for me. Everyone, I want you to shade in A only. This one I want you to shade in B only. No, not only. Not only. Don't do only first. We can do only later. So I want the whole set. I want the whole set A. I want the whole set B. And I want the whole set C. So do that quickly and send it to me. I want A, B, and C. All right. Are we done? I want A, B, and C.
You want A only?
No, just A. I want all of A. Then we'll do A only afterwards. But I want all of A.
Do you want it sent to you?
Yeah, send it to me when you're done. Once you're done, I will see what you're doing. All right. So who's this? Miss Cooper. Let's see, Miss Cooper, if you get this right. All right. Yeah. C, A, and B. Very good, Miss Cooper. Right on track. One. Okay. Let's see what one saying. Very good one. I see your thing for A. Label it. Wait, label it, please. One. Label it.
You want us to draw this?
Yeah, draw it.
Oh.
Yes, Lionel. Draw it and send it to me. Thank you, Miss Alicia. Reckley. Yeah, you're right, Miss Alicia Reckley. Very good. Miss Reckley,
Yes, sir.
what happened to you in chemistry these days? Pardon?
What you mean by that?
Um, the balancing equations, the most recent ones I sent.
I did it. I didn't understand the balancing equation. That's the only one that had my mind.
I didn't send you none. I didn't send you none yesterday on balancing equations.
No, sir.
What? This cannot be real. Oh, I don't want to be a part of the chemistry thing. Gee. All right. All right. Okay. So you was still on the Al plus HCl one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. I am so sorry. Yeah. Let me send you what I supposed. I sent that from yesterday, and I sent one today again. I'm like, I didn't none from Alicia. Let me see something. Okay, you know how when you do broadcast, sometimes certain persons don't get it. Oh, you're not even. Okay, you're in it. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, so let me put you in. All right. And okay, who else sent that one? Abigail. Very good, Abigail. Anyone else? Miss Joseph. Miss Joseph. Very good. Miss Nixon. No, Miss Nixon ain't sending it yet. Okay, so let's shade in all of A. So all of A is going to be everything as a part of A, right? So all of A is going to be this. Everything in part inside of that. So that's all of A. All of B is going to be everything in here. That's all of B. Sean Collins, Zaria, Ashma. I'm not receiving anything from you all. All of C would be this. Okay, so it's all of C. Chantel, I'm not receiving anything from you, Chantel. Alright, so all of C.
We don't do it at a time.
Yeah, we don't 3 at a time, yeah. At least for these sets. So this is good. So,
Let's repeat.
go ahead.
Like, do they add more circles, I should say?
You mean like 4 and stuff?
Yes, sir.
It's possible for your exams, you don't have to worry about that.
Alright, okay.
Okay, so can I move this? Can I?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, good. So now let's do only. Okay, so let's do only. So I want A only, B only, and C only. So A only, and send it to me please once you're done. A only, B only, and C only. So send it to me once you finish. Miss Joseph,
Yes.
you have time to be posting status?
Me? Status.
What? Oh, I ain't giving y'all no work. Okay.
No.
Alright, I
I'm not out
understand.
of them.
I understand. I understand. And then she
I
could
go.
say, excuse me, Mr. Vitti, can we go over it again? I understand. Oh,
See, now you know that's not true.
posting big time status. Thank you, Lionel.
Don't look at the scotch.
Alright. Okay, so how would we do it? A only.
Say only anybody when shade where they
Yeah, where
intersect.
they intersect. So this is going to be this part. Alright. Alright, so it's A only. Watch carefully. Watch what I'm not shading. B only is going to be right here. B only is going to be right here.
Oh, I see.
And C only is going to be right here.
Yeah.
C only. Alright, C only. Alright, so A only, B only, and C only. Alright, so there we have it. A only, B only, and C only. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Miss Nixon, these are nice circles, okay? These are good.
Compare to mine, I know they can.
Boy, compared is correct.
I can't,
Alright.
like the bottom circle always small. I don't know why.
Miss Brackley, Miss Cooper, you racing against the clock. Okay, good. Sorry, I know it's your birthday, so I'm not gonna stress you. But come Monday, I need to be seeing those notes. Miss Riley, Eloise, Eloise, I'm not seeing any videos, any notes from you. Miss McDonald, Avernique, I'm not seeing anything from you. Thank you, Nathaniel. Sorry, Natalia. Dylan, I'm not receiving anything from you. Thank you, Ashnet. Okay, so let's do. So that was only, right? What if we start talking about intersection? So let's talk about intersection. So intersection of these things. So for this one, I want you to do. I want you to do A intersect B. For this one, I want you to do A intersect C. And this one, I want you to do B intersect C. Is that right? A intersect B, A intersect C, and B intersect C. So do that for me, please, quickly, and send it to me. So we want to shade A intersect B. We want to shade Dylan. Please redraw these diagrams. Please redraw them diagrams, please. Where's Deshawn? I haven't heard anything from Deshawn. Very good, Solana. Solana, be careful. The middle is included as well. Let me go back. Some people, let me show you something, Solana. If you look at this one, Solana, look carefully. The middle is included. Okay, the middle is included. So shade in the middle as well.
Mr. Petit, can you go back to the slide?
Go back on, oh, this. Oh, my bad. Miss Cooper. Absolutely correct.
I had to say like that, got me scared.
Absolutely correct. Okay, so let's begin. Let's do it. So you want the intersection, right? So the intersection would be the intersection of this. Let me check 1 before. No one, no, be careful. Let me check Miss Rackley on. Miss Rackley, so close. So close. Alright, so A intersect B. Remember A intersect B where this is A, all of this is A, and all of this is B, so A intersect B will be all of this. All of it. All of it. All of it. Alright? A intersect C, where A and C intersect, so all of it. All of it. All of it. B intersect C, B intersect C, so B intersect C, so that's going to be all of it. All of it. All of it.
Oh, I
Alright?
get. I'm shading like only like
Yeah.
A and B. Shading only A and C.
Yeah, you didn't include that last portion, so be careful with that.
Miss Liberty, quick question. Like, because we didn't share the last portion, but it's going on to the other set, wouldn't that be like you're doing? It wouldn't it be wrong or something, or it's just that's how
It
it
would be
is?
wrong. So what I have here is right. If you don't have it like this, then of course it's wrong. Solana, be careful. Let me give you it again, Miss Solana. One moment. Let me scroll back for Solana. C. Remember what C is, Miss Brown. Solana Brown. C is all of this. We do not include this top part. Just all of this. So make that correction and send it to me again. Okay. Just this part here is C. Okay. Averonique. Thank you, Averonique. Okay, so are we good? Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. What if we ask for, what if I want, it should be easy for you to think about. Let's go with one now. What if I want A intersect B intersect C? Where would that be?
What you say? What?
Hey, right there. A intersect B intersect C.
Huh?
Ah,
So you got to
But I
count.
got that. I got that.
A
So you got to
intersect
count
B
up
intersect.
everything.
Where all of them intersect?
Yeah, where all of them intersect. Where all of them intersect. Where do all of them intersect? No, Miss Cooper. So where all of them intersect would be right there. The small little smoochy right there. Yeah. That's A intersect
Wait,
B intersect C.
that's it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Wow.
it.
It?
That's
That's
I
it.
it?
thought it was a set
That's
of
it?
like all of them things in there.
No,
Actually, it?
that's actually it. Okay.
Alright.
Alright. So what if I ask for, let's go back to the threes. Do we have enough time? We have 5 more minutes left. Someone said extend the class until 11. I said I'll ask you all. Let's see what you all think.
Someone said what?
So what happened, Miss Nancy? I just said someone said extend the class till 11 because they
11?
need extra help. You know they ain't want to fail their exam, so they say extend the class until 11.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
That's interesting. I said I have to
Yeah,
bring it
that's
to
very
y'all
interesting.
first before I make the decision.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Can you repeat that?
I say I had to bring it to y'all first before I make the decision.
And but that 11 o'clock thing?
Yeah.
It's between what you be
It's every day I know.
what?
It's right right Kennedy. Kennedy, right
That's
Kennedy?
interesting.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Kennedy is the one who asked me that.
she
Remember that
I
text?
know that happens when she did do that.
Kennedy is the
Oh,
one who asked me. Kennedy said
Right
she didn't
now,
want to fail. Kennedy say,
That's
I don't.
interesting.
Kennedy say, I don't want to fail my exams.
Wait.
Candy said she wants to stay up until 11. Okay then.
Yeah, Kennedy say, I need to stay. Mr. Petit, she begged me on the phone. She said, Mr. Petit, please, please, we need more time. I say,
Set
okay.
me up for my downfall. No, I didn't.
Kennedy,
I
you can lie
support
on
you
the phone.
once.
You can lie on
I
the
guess
phone
I
with.
support you once on 11, and that's on a Sunday.
On a Sunday. I just pull at your
You do
leg.
11 o'clock on Saturday, not Sunday.
She didn't say such thing. I just pull at your leg. All right. A union B, B union C. And then let's do another one. Let's do A union C. All right. A union C. Okay, so which part will be shade? Should I do it or y'all want me wait until you finish?
Wait until we finish.
Wait until we finish. We only have 2 more minutes left for math, my dear. Excuse me. Uh, 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 and the other one stay till 12 or 11. All right.
Not on the weekdays, though.
I'm sure your parents would support it. They'll say, Mr. Petit.
I don't think so.
No, not on the weekdays, because I got to go to school each morning,
That's
and I be getting
Hestiny.
up late.
Hestiny don't leave the call. You don't leave the call.
Yeah, that's the time when I don't feel like leaving, but if it's till 11 o'clock, I don't want to do it.
So
I can't
teacher.
leave in the first place because it's a weekday. I'm probably got to go to school in the morning too, so that's stress.
So she's be sleeping on call then.
Hestiny say, Mr. Petit, I don't want to leave.
I don't want to leave it too, but then I can't stay up all the way till 11
You
o'clock
can't stay up
though,
till all
on a
night
weekday,
on a
or
weekday.
on a weekend.
Oh, okay. I hear you. Okay, so let's do A union B. So A union B, let me see Miss Cooper. Let me see what she's saying. Let's see. Very good, Miss Cooper. A union B is going to be the regular A union B. So everything in A, everything in A, and everything in B. Even though C is touched, that's no problem.
I didn't mean to send them one by one, but yeah.
Okay, that's no problem. A union B. Alright, so it's A union B. Now how about B union C?
Shade and B and C.
Shade in B and C. So that'll be this portion right here. Do we understand why we do this?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
No. We want B and we want C. So we have the shade in the everything in
But
B.
what about you?
No, okay, U means U tells us that we want everything. So U is not you. We don't shade in U. U just means union. Okay.
Okay.
So U just means union. All right. The same thing for this one. This is A union C. A union C, which is going to be what? Everything in A and everything in
C.
in C. Sorry. So it's going to be all of this. So everything in A and then everything in C.
Social next, right?
Pardon?
Social next or religious?
Oh, definitely social. We always end with religious.
Oh yeah.
End the night. Yeah, man. We have to
Yes, sir.
end the night on a spiritual note.
What's petite?
Yes,
What time is religion?
You remember that time when we played
8:30.
them quiz kind of thing?
Yeah.
Why can't we just do that now?
Yeah, go
Y'all
ahead.
like quiz. Y'all like
I
them
mean,
quiz.
they was fun. Like
For real though.
that make
Yes.
learning fun, you know.
That make learning fun.
Is it like BJC BGCSE religious?
The topics intersect. So
Oh,
yeah, they intersect easily.
oh, okay.
Okay, so alright, so A union B, B union C, and A union C.
I
Alright, so
just have to point out that you said intersect. The two topics intersect.
say it again.
No, I just point out that you said intersect, like BGC and
Oh,
BGCSE intersect.
oh yeah, look at that, right? Math and daily life. I didn't realize that.
Miss Petite, did you mean to say that because we was talking about that? Or you just
No, it just happened.
oh.
It just happened. Alright, so that brings us to the end of math for this today and for this week. Right? Hopefully, you don't just throw away your math book. Say, okay, we don't class till Monday, so let me just throw away the book. Hopefully, you revise over the weekend. We have covered, extended, and stuff like that. But with that being said, we'll call it a night for math. Send in all the math notes for those persons who are leaving. If you are, oh wait, before you leave, let me take the attendance before you go. Um, if you are just if you are leaving, before you leave, like I said, um make sure you
Yeah, but we don't want to leave.
Stay
you
on
ain't
there then.
leaving because you social studies and history and social studies and RK, so
Bye,
you ain't
bye,
leaving.
Miss
Yeah, but I
Vicky.
need religious because they
Oh,
say since my school don't have science no more, I don't religious.
okay. Nancy,
Good night, good night. I
um
leaving.
wait, um the bio, Nancy.
Bio.
Yeah, the bio.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I
exactly.
saw you press it.
Exactly.
I'm sure. I think 3, 4. Don't worry. I'm gonna
Okay.
pull it all nighter and I'm gonna do it.
Okay then. All right. No problem.
Don't forget the chemistry, Miss Vicky.
Let me do it. Let me send that right now. If you don't mind, let me send it. Can I send it now?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Oh, also, do we have anything for math? Because you sent me only bio this week.
Yeah, we do have something for math. I just didn't have the chance. I shouldn't say that. That's not true. I just was too lazy to send it.
Oh
Um,
Lord.
Yeah, she's gonna say she knows just too lazy.
That's cool. Everyone, get tired at some point.
it's I that's
Yeah.
sorry. I
No, it
it
ain't.
right
Don't
there.
worry.
All it is it's setting it up. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
send it to you. It's
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
but I said I figure she's busy doing bio and and and
I,
Do a deal, you're gonna be excuses.
For real.
yeah,
Miss Betty, why you sound like me? I
yeah.
swear.
All right. So,
okay.
all right. Good night. Have a good one. Miss Rackley, I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for the um for the bunch of it one time, but it was meant to be sent um daily. All right. Okay. So you good. All right. So for the rest of us, let's continue. We are in social studies.
You playing the quiz game on it.
No, we write notes.
Papa Hunt.
Oh.
Let me see something. Okay, so the last time, anyone can remember the last time what we was talking about specifically? Oh, the last.
Task, the women and male, the females and the males task.
Yes, for those persons who watched the video, because some of y'all didn't even bother to watch the video.
What video? Oh,
Yes, that night when we was off, we
Oh
didn't go
yeah,
off.
they watch the video.
They didn't watch that. They didn't
My
watch that.
goodness.
They say
Lol, I just
free night, free night. It wasn't a free night.
As a teen, I
I
was
said
so tired writing the notes, but I had to write them.
yeah.
I also have to see the video because my facility used to go there class.
Pardon?
I
Continue.
said I was so happy to see the video because the used to go there class.
Oh, okay, okay, that's good. But did you watch the video?
Yeah, soft.
Alright, yeah,
I,
that's
I
good.
watched it all the way.
Alright, that's good. I noticed I saw
Comment.
your notes. So that's good. So today is, let me see if I can find those notes. If I can't, then we'll just continue. I wanted to make sure I continue from this. The most I'll save is from,
That was Thursday, January 13th.
yeah, but it doesn't have nothing saved, so I'll just continue from here. So the last time that we were here, at least from the video standpoint, we talked about we was talking about the Arawak. So we was talking about the different ways that they, all the different things that they used to eat, um and then different ways that they used to get it. So we said that this is just review for it. So if you want the actual notes, you have to go to the video to watch it. But sorry, let me come in. Oh, okay, they're in. Okay, so we said that there were how much ways of getting food?
Three or four, one of them.
Four ways of getting food. For the Awaks, there were four ways of getting food. Now those four ways of getting food, we could break them down into different parts. So they used to fish, so fishing,
Hunting.
right?
Hunting.
Farming, can't forget farming.
Hunting.
Hunting, and what else? Fishing, farming, hunting, and gathering. Okay.
Gathering.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the things that they used to fish for would be what?
Fish.
They used to fish, fish,
Turtle.
turtles. What else?
Um,
crawfish.
Seals, right?
Seals.
I have been in
Yeah,
Seals.
seals. So they used to fish for fish, turtles, and seals. And farming, it was what? Cassava, maize. What is maize?
Corn.
Corn, yeah. The fancy word for corn. Someone mic is on. Please turn it off. Corn, sweet potatoes. Um, peppers and herbs. Right? And of course, tobacco and cotton, right?
Yes, sir.
So these are the different ways that the Arawaks used to get food. They used fishing, farming, and hunting and gathering. They used to fish for turtles, seals, and fish. Excuse me. And they used to farm for cassava, maize, sweet potato, peppers and herbs, tobacco, and cotton. Now, in terms of hunting, they used to hunt for What
Inaguas.
iguanas?
Inaguas.
Inaguas, sorry.
Snakes.
Snakes, yes. Snakes. I noticed that y'all didn't see the other ones.
I forget the A word and I forget the.
Pianos?
Alright. Conies
Yeah, I never get a T-Rex from Sarah.
and huteas and agoutis. And in terms of gathering, they used to gather shellfish.
Fruits.
Yes, ma'am. Fruits,
Egg.
eggs, and berries, right?
Yes, so.
Okay, so this was the Lupines' 4 ways of getting food. Now, in terms of our diet today, how is it similar and how is it different? Anyone?
People still eat fish.
Not really.
They still
We still eat.
aspiring to like get every food.
Not really, because it's full of fast food nowadays.
Full of fast food nowadays. That's
But
true. I mean, their fish used to come directly from the water, and so but our fish we import it. I mean, now to be honest, some of our fish. I mean, it depends though. Some of our fish um are imported, and some we get from Pawtucket Dock and all those different, and even from the islands they would send fish over to Nassau. Um, but their fish was more pure and more the waters wasn't that dirty like that, as opposed to now, where you have where you have the big ships in our ports, and they let off their sewage in the water. Turtles. Do we eat turtles?
I don't know.
In Chinese, no.
Turtles
You
isn't
talk
a part
from
of our culture like that, right? Turtles isn't really a part of it. We definitely don't eat seals, unless, I mean, I certainly don't eat seals. I don't know if you all eat
if
You
you're
seals.
sound,
desperate.
you sound like
For real, if you surviving, yeah.
No, you don't eat seals. Cassava. Anyone eat cassava?
I tasted that
Once, it's not
before.
bad.
That tastes
Cassava
bad.
is good.
It don't taste
No,
good.
cassava is good. Cassava is good. Put it in soup. Tastes good.
What?
Yeah,
Um,
legendary.
yeah,
Uh-uh.
yeah, cassava. You never had
Try
cassava in
it.
soup?
Cassava
I
tastes good
Yeah,
when it's soft.
I don't like how people say it's
yeah, when
good.
it's soft.
Only time what you
When
know about
it's
that.
and then maize,
What?
corn,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely eat sweet potatoes, peppers and herbs. Tobacco, we don't grow tobacco like that. Definitely not.
Never smoked.
And we don't grow cotton. And then hunting. Do we go hunting for inaguas?
Mm-mm.
Not in Gen Z.
No.
No, no.
No,
Wait, it's
Neither
Gen Z.
snakes.
We don't know how to
no.
run these things.
Yeah,
No,
not
we
in,
don't go hunting
yeah,
for
not
none. No, we don't go hunting for none of those things. We too lazy now. We on Netflix on our phones.
Oh,
You want me to get
Yeah,
bite by them, eh?
we're
I
not
mean, like
hunting.
they wasn't scared.
Cooper
No, they're
man.
not scared because they remember they used to live,
Yeah.
in the wild. They had a primitive life. They can't be scared out there.
But you
They
hunt,
wasn't
but
scared.
you
I
hunt.
was single last day.
Yeah,
And
of
Mr. P,
course.
Mr.
Because we ain't used to that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sorry.
I said, you said yes, mom?
I apologize.
He
Go ahead.
hurts.
Wow, I'm a girl.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Um, would you hunt?
What I hunt?
Yeah.
Hunt for what? I don't eat meat.
So funny
Hunt
when
for
you
what?
still eat meat.
All right.
Susie,
Let me have.
why? Like, why you stop eating meat?
Um. Come on, those stuff are not good for
You
you.
don't even know. You
You
don't
Anyway.
need
even
me
know
to
what meat
survive,
is.
no.
No,
You
no,
just
you
You
don't.
get the
just
protein.
Anyway. All right. Back to the point. So they used to gather shellfish, fruits. Yes, fruits, my kind of stuff, and eggs and berries. Okay, so moving right along. So those are the 4 ways of them getting food. Now the question is, what did they used to use to get it? So we can start off with fishing.
yes.
So for fishing, say the
Spares,
hand.
traps. Oh,
So for fishing,
Bows and arrows.
what do
spares,
they used to use for fishing?
And clubs.
Definitely nets.
nets, traps,
Yeah, nets, spears.
traps.
Hook and line. Anyone ever been fishing before?
Yes, I
Okay,
went fishing before.
Okay, that's good. Hook and line and
You have a Conan,
remora.
but yeah.
I have
Remora.
my
Anyone know what a remora is?
I gotta put that
yeah,
down.
the fish to base put on the
Like
little
The
fish.
hook.
Yeah. So let me just show you what a remora is, right? So you can understand how it works. Someone is asking to join. Welcome, welcome, Elijah.
Long time no speak, Elijah.
Yep, long time no see. So remora. So remora fish. So it's a sucker fish, right?
Ew.
Right. It doesn't look pleasant at all. Close your
No,
eyes if you can't take it. Okay. This is the remora fish, and they use these fish to um, help them in fishing. Okay. All right. Sorry, I hate seeing this stuff. I really do.
wait. It's
Yeah, I hate seeing.
disturbing to you.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
I believe you could
You lying, man.
I serious. All right. So next thing is farming. So what do they use for farming?
that burn method to me. Something like that.
Slash and burn. Yeah. So
Before I
slash
get
and
in
burn
trouble, it's
method.
HOE, right?
HOE. I see why you didn't say it. Yes. Glad you didn't
Alright.
say it. All right. So slash and burn. So slash and burn. Slash and burn method. That's where they would burn the soil, and then they would grow their crops on it. And the thing about it is that they would eventually move after a period of time when the soil becomes infertile. Right? But they would cut. Slash of course means cutting or clearing the area down, then burning it, and then using the stuff that is burnt, the ashes, as fertilizer. The slash and burn method. Then we have they used to use a digging stick. Digging stick. What's the digging stick called? Koya or koa. Okay, then we have for hunting. They for hunting. What they use for hunting?
Bow and arrow.
Bows and arrows. Anyone ever used a bow and arrow before?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Toy one.
that was horrible experience. I know what I was saying.
yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It just feels so.
Why?
It feels so.
It don't make sense to me. Like I don't know. I just can't work it.
Yeah, give me white plate.
It didn't look as fancy as in the movies. Eh?
Yeah, like this making it so easy to use one. But
Yeah, it's not
What the
easy. It's not
movie
easy.
is? It's a like Disney movie or something. The girl with
Pocahontas?
orange hair. No.
All right, we're not
Oh,
talking
Brave.
about movies here,
Yeah,
please,
huh?
because I know nothing about them.
What?
But bow and arrow.
Clubs.
All right,
You've been watching
bow and arrows. So Lionel, please. For hunting they use bows and arrows. Um, you have to have a skill for that, right? You have to acquire the skill and learn it. But of course, they learn them stuff from since they're young. So by the time they're grown, they are very good at using those things. So bows and arrows for hunting, and then of course clubs.
How about rocks?
Um, Rocks. I mean,
They're
I
not
mean, I understand.
having stuff to like use.
I mean, of course of course, if they trying to find something and the last resort, where they use a rock. But I mean, if you are trying to hunt, you wouldn't just throw stones at something. You wanna not only you wanna
You want
capture
to
it,
catch
right?
it with your hand. When you throw the
You wanna
rock at
You
it,
wouldn't
capture it.
use nets,
it will
like
like kind of run away.
Yeah, so you don't want it to run away. So they would use traps, of course,
But if you don't
and
want
of
to run
course.
away, fish it then.
But you
No,
can't fish. You can't fish a
say
iguana.
what?
I know, I was just joking.
Nah.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Then we have clubs and did we say spares? Spares. They like spares,
yeah, I
boy.
said spares.
All right. All right. Finally, for gathering, would they use
Baskets.
baskets and their
Fire
Hands.
hand.
hands?
Oh,
So they use their hands and basket, and of course using baskets. All right. Okay. So those are the techniques or the methods that they use. Now, when it came to um the roles of men and women in the Arawak society or in the Lukayan society, there were distinct differences. So men knew what they were supposed to do and women knew what they were supposed to do. All right. The men did what type of activities do you think the men did?
Clean field.
Hunt.
Hunt.
Hunt. Yeah.
they
Yeah,
teach
all
villages and
Make a home.
boats. I mean, they build canoes also.
Yeah. So
And train
the
the
men
boy.
would do the sort of work that
The
requires
outdoor.
more, yeah, as more outdoor and more strenuous work. Work that requires more of the strength and the pushing and the pulling and those things. And the females would do more of the
You know,
indoor
cooking.
work.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
Housework, actually.
right.
Housework.
Housework. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, is that the same as today, or is
No,
different?
the women do
You get
everything.
cancer.
For real.
Huh? Is that the same thing as today? Do we still have
No.
young ladies? Do we still have young ladies who know how to sew?
2%,
How to what?
2%,
Yeah, I can
2%.
know the
So,
soul.
How to sew?
No,
How to
I'm not
sew?
studying.
yes.
Miss Cooper, what you mean you don't do these things? And what you do?
You say
No,
so? So what?
Sew. Yeah, you
So
don't know how to sew?
So what?
You don't know
You
how to
know,
sew, Miss
so
Cooper?
button off shirt.
What I can sew differ.
What you
2%,
mean?
you
When you have your
lazy,
children, you
when
huh?
you
always
get
when
home,
you going.
For real, you gonna be sewing or knitting
Go
or
to
something when you get old.
that's why
Yeah,
got
you
shops you could go get a different shirt or something like that.
2%, you
oh
lazy,
shit,
you
that's
lazy.
a
yeah,
lot of
but
money.
yeah, but I mean, if let's say for example your child in the morning they pull their button from their shirt, the shop
What?
ain't open, they gotta go
Get a
to
new shirt
school.
or the blazer?
Get a new shirt. What if the other one's dirty?
Buy new one.
Then they can go and they teach them
Nah,
how to
they got washed
Get
out.
rogue after that.
No. A mother needs to know how to sew, even if it's
I don't
basic
understand.
sewing.
I don't know. I mean, I never did.
Basic sewing. Everybody need to know how to do basic sewing.
So
Okay,
You
basic
know?
I
sewing,
can
you
do
don't
that.
have
I
to
can
sew a
do that.
button. That's a
Like
basic
not
sewing.
do all them other stuff. No, I never that.
Yeah. I ain't say know how to make a whole dress, but basic sewing you need to know. All right.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So anyway, but the men used to clear the fields. So clear fields. Um, the men used to hunt.
Fish.
So they hunted. They fished. They make canoes, and of course they would train the
Boy.
boys.
Train the boys.
All right. Now the women, obviously, they would be doing the indoor work. in today's society, it's still like that in some sense, though. I mean,
When they only play game.
that's not true. No, I mean with the men. The men. I mean, today it's still like that in some ways. It's still like that in some ways. Like,
You have a point.
men are the ones who are gonna be, change the tire, do maintenance in the house, you know, um, change the the roof. Men usually are found during those construction jobs, stuff like that. Um, and women typically, um, I mean, they don't only work in the home. That's the major difference, right? So, women also, they end up having to do all too, in a sense. They have to go work and then come back and take care of the household. So it's even more stressful on them. Anyway, so women planted crops.
Plant the crops. And they look after the crops.
Looking after the crops.
There's
Anyone
cook,
here?
right?
Yeah, it is cook.
Clean. Clean house.
Anyone know how to farm, garden or farm?
Yes, I do.
I know.
I
My
do.
sis
Alright,
used to.
that's good. Clean houses. Anyone know how to do chores? You know how to make up your
Yes.
The
bed?
dishes.
No.
Yes,
The
sir.
dishes.
That's be stressful.
For real.
Stressful. Anyone know how to Lionel, please don't say that. Anyone know how to prepare food?
I
I'm
cook
talking about
food.
If
Yes.
it's
I ain't
hot,
talking about
Yeah,
noodles. I'm not
fancy.
talking about
Mac and
noodles.
cheese.
I'm not
I
talking
can make
about
a mean
noodles.
spaghetti.
Okay. What you talking about? Like
I'm
baked
talking about
dinner?
rice,
Uh,
macaroni, baked chicken,
you've gone
coleslaw.
too far.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
pushing
you're
it.
going
You're
too
pushing
far.
it.
Yeah, you've gone too
Y'all
far.
got expensive taste, boy.
I know how to do macaroni.
All right.
Coleslaw. I think so.
If you come here, you need
Okay.
results.
Every woman's supposed to know how to do them stuff.
If
All
you come
right.
to my house, I
That's
just
why
give you
we are
mac and cheese
doing
and spaghetti.
Okay. Then made what they made. They made
the
pots,
baskets,
baskets.
the clothes,
Yes.
the God place.
Close age
They
bill.
make
Clothing.
hammock
Yes.
They made
Hammocks and
the
and
little
zemi, something like that. I forget what it's called.
zemis. That's what.
the little
That's the
God.
gods. The little
The little
gods
god.
stuff. The little idols. All right. So and they brought up the children. This is very important. Bringing up the children.
Mr. BT.
The females, eh?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. BT.
Yes, sir.
What I was supposed to ask, you see how they be worshiping them little small stone gods or something like that? Would they go to
Yeah.
would they go to heaven? I mean, would they go to hell for that?
Definitely.
But they don't know better, like in
Okay. Um. That's a very good question you asked, Lionel. Um. Very good question. It's hard to answer that. Um. It's hard just to give a general answer to that.
Alright.
Boy, I have to think on that. I have to think about that.
Mr. T, I
Ask
was
me that.
thinking about that too.
Ask me that on. What I would say is that in general, um, God tries to reach everyone, and there's sometimes like you mentioned, sometimes people don't know, and God, in His own way, uses ways and methods to reach them. Like the Bible talks about how even nature would speak to people, and God also used dreams also to speak to people who don't know. So I can't tell you exactly what exactly happened to the Arawaks in terms of how God spoke to them, but um, God tries to never leave anyone um, in ignorance. So He would use someone to bring the message, or He would use their dreams, or He would use things in the sky that they could see, helping them to understand what the truth is. And so I'll leave it at that. And that's the most I'll say on that. But worshiping idols is never good. We know that, you know. Um, and so, yeah.
So like
Anyway,
this again, um, like what I call, like punished or like stuff not going their way or something like that.
say it again.
Like for them worshiping them zombies and thing, like 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 things is go their way, like they don't be punished or stuff
You
like
mean, but them worshiping? Well, the Bible does say in ignorance God wink. So that means that in a time when you don't know, then God don't charge you for it. But once you know better and you do bad, then of course you can get charged. All right. So that's the thing. Okay, so this is the perfect time to transition into religious then, since we're on this topic. Okay, so let's continue on. So last time in religious we was on in RK, we was on the Magi's, right? And we was talking about, are we done with those slides before I move? Are we done with those slides? Hello? Hello?
that. So
Yes, sir.
Are we done with those slides?
Yeah, so
that's
Okay, y'all
all.
wasn't answering me. I was trying to figure out.
I would my I something just I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Just like me when Alicia was asking me. Speechless, don't know.
Cause like my head gone blank. Like I hear you, but like I just be I don't know.
Okay. Okay, so we was talking about how um the wise men were from where? They were
Man from the east.
the east, men from the east, right? And if you watch the video, I said that these wise men were a part of a
A
group
group.
of people, right? Who were, give me some words to describe them.
I didn't watch that piece because I didn't have religious.
Oh, okay, you didn't watch that piece. Okay. But they were part of a group of people
Who
who were,
studied
they
the
were,
stars?
they were smart, they were intelligent, they were influential, they were, and they had money. So they were
Well,
rich or wealthy, right? So we
And I
said
was
that,
rich.
and so we said that the wise men, so the wise men, they came from a group of other wise men, right? So the wise men came from a group, the wise men who came to Jesus. So let me just make a note of that. The wise men who came to Jesus, the ones who came to Jesus, they came from a bigger group of wise men, all right? A bigger group of wise men who were smart, influential at the head of their country when it comes to learning and education, philosophy, and those things. So these group of people who came to Jesus was not, people, from run of the mill, come out of nowhere. No, they came from a larger group, right, of other wise men who were also smart and wealthy and had education. But not all of these wise men who was from the east, not all of them came. Only some of them came to Jesus. Now, the wise men, we could divide them into two groups of people. The wise men, the ones that was a part of that big group. You had the ones who were kind and nice and sympathetic and they feared God stuff. You had the other ones who were mean and they used their and they used their they used their smartness for wrong. So you had these people who use their smartness for wrong. So the wise men, we could split them into two big groups. The ones that are kind, fear God, serve God, and nice, and the ones that are mean and use their riches and power for the wrong stuff. Now the ones who came to Jesus, which group you think they came from? The mean ones or the nice ones?
Nice
The
ones.
nice ones out in the
Yeah,
middle.
the nice. The,
Oh, the nice
the
happy.
nice ones. So they came from the nice ones, right? So the ones who came to Jesus came from the nice wise men. All right. Okay, so they saw. What did they see that gave them perplexity and that gave them like it's like, man, I wonder why this here. What did they see?
A star, a light, or
A
something.
huge big star.
They saw a star, and so this is my attempt at a star. Oof,
I never could
oof.
have drawn one like that. I always just look weird.
For real.
That's the most decent one I ever seen in my life.
Real.
That's not true.
I know, right?
I so serious.
All
My
right.
class, one side is we. I don't know. It just can't never look
All right.
weird.
So this is a star, right? So they saw this big star shining, right? So they saw this big star. And so when the wise men looking at the star, it's like, whoa, what does this star mean? Why is this mysterious star here? Right? Now the star actually was what was the star what was the star actually what the star actually was? What it actually was. Anyone can remember from the video what it actually was?
It was like a sign, I guess.
Yeah, it's a sign, but what it actually was it really a star?
No,
No,
so it
so
was a light.
It was what?
it was
It
the
was a
Holy
light
Spirit.
in the heavens. Something like that.
It
Was
was
it?
we saw. Y'all didn't watch the video? Come
I
on.
thought
Just
I
it was
was
a
sleeping once
confusing
already
one.
that
They
time.
say had seen on the space light in the heavens upon the night,
What
and the
what
glory of God flock tails
It
all
was
around.
a far distant company
What?
I didn't know they
of
had
companies
companies
angels.
back
exist back
then.
then?
For real?
Of listen of angels.
You ain't say
Oh,
that?
Oh.
Yes, I said that. The star wasn't
What video?
the video from last week. Who is
he
this? This Miss
posted on his
Broccoli?
YouTube channel and all
Oh,
that.
I didn't get that because I was okay. Never mind.
Yeah, we discussed all this last week. Um, but yeah, it wasn't actually a star. It was angels shine bright. So the angels was in the sky, far up, and it really looked like to them. It looked like it looked like a star, but it wasn't a fixed star nor a planet. But the star that what they saw that looked like a star was actually a distant company of angels that was right there watching the scene. Um, you know, when we say company, we mean group of angels, right? So they see the star and they're wondering, wow, what in the world is this? So what they decided to do, well, let me don't say that because y'all probably anyone
It's
could
the ones
guess.
in the
Let me say it like
Bible.
this. What did they end up doing? So they see the star.
They
Going
So
to
what
end
the
did
up
they end up
following
Bible.
the
doing?
star.
They followed the
Before that, when they saw the star, they see it, the mysterious. What did they end up doing for them to have a clue as to
They start
um
talking.
they start talking about it among themselves. I like that.
Interesting.
So they started to talk among themselves. So they started talking among themselves. All right. They started talking among themselves. They
They
started
talking
most
wrong.
importantly
They went to the priest.
talking. Um, what they did was they really started to search, right?
Yes.
And they started to ask questions. So they started to search the scrolls. They started to ask questions from people who they believe would know the answer.
What about going to the priest and
Yes, yes, yes. So that's a part of asking questions. So they searching the scrolls, they talking among themselves, and they are trying to determine what does the star represent. And then finally, after searching and searching, they came to a passage in the Bible in Numbers. And so they came to this passage in the Bible in Numbers chapter 24, verse 17. And this passage was actually a prophecy telling them that, hey, you see that same star? That star actually means that the Messiah is born. So when they read the thing in Numbers 24, verse 17, that was a prophecy that was given to tell them that, hey, even before Jesus was born, that, hey, a star is going to be there to represent his birth. Okay? And so what happened after they were talking among themselves, searching the scrolls, asking questions, they came across this prophecy. The prophecy said, hey, listen, that same star that represents that the king of the Jews, which is Jesus, is born. And so what they did is that after that, they end up having a dream, and God told them, hey, why don't you go and search for this king of the Jews? Go and look for him. Okay? And so that's where we end. Okay? That's where we end. And not where we end. I mean, that's where we ended last time. That they end up with the prophecy. After the prophecy, they end up, you know, going to Jerusalem to ask um the people there, where is this king of the Jews? All right. And so we talked about, in our last time, we talked about how, I mean, we didn't really end there. We continued a little bit more, and we went on to talk about Herod's reaction to their request. And so this is in Matthew chapter 2. And so we're in Matthew chapter 2. This is right. And so it says here in Matthew chapter 2. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. Now all of this right here is what happened when, after they saw the prophecy, after they saw the star, after they discussed among themselves, after they had the dream, then the dream told them, say, listen, y'all need to figure out where this king of the Jews is. So with all that, they park their camels, they park all their stuff, belongings, and said, we need to figure out where this king of the Jews is. But we can't just go to the king of the Jews with nothing in our hands. I mean, we have to bring something. And so they brought their gifts, and they came to Jerusalem. When they came to Jerusalem, they said, you know what? Obviously, the king would know. And so they went straight up to Herod, and they said, Herod, hey, where is he that is born king of the Jews? For we have seen the star in the east, and we are come to worship him. So what was the purpose of them coming to see the king of the Jews?
To worship him.
To worship
To
the
worship him, right? To worship the king of the Jews.
Mr. Butcher, I
Now,
have my Bible right here. I'm on the same chapter. My stuff like
very
nothing
good.
like yours.
All right, very good, very good, very good. All right, so saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? For you have seen the star in the east, and are come to worship him. And so they're asking Herod, hey Herod, where's Jesus? Where's this king of the Jews? Now Herod what was he by occupation? What was he by
He's the
office
king.
position?
He
He
was
was
the
the
king.
king, right? Right? And he seen that. What was his reaction? Was he happy, saying, yay, Another king being born.
Trouble.
Can't wait. He was
He was
Trouble.
troubled. He was
he
mad.
was troubled.
Oh my mind.
Let me use a parallel so you all can see the he was intimidated, he felt threatened. Um okay, verse 3. He was, I like this word, he was disturbed, right? He was disturbed. Okay, so Herod was disturbed. The King James Version say that he was troubled, right? And all Jerusalem with him, all right? So everyone is trying to figure out, these people come asking for the King of the Jews. What? Where's the King of the Jews? What is happening here? And so when this happened, Herod summoned the leaders of the Jews. He said, listen, y'all need to figure out where this King of the Jews is, where he's gonna be born. Now the priests had this, they had this down pack. They knew. It says, verse 4, and when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded, this is Herod. Herod is telling them, listen, where is he? Where is he? Where should the Messiah be born? Because no, he's troubled. He's trying to figure what's happening, right? And then, the chief priests, they already know this by heart. They know this by heart. They're not guessing. They know the scriptures that talk about the Messiah. They know all of this. I need someone to read verse 5.
And they said unto him in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet.
Good. So these chief priests said, hey, listen, he's supposed to be born in Bethlehem. Just like how the prophet said, or just like how the prophecy said. Can someone read verse 6? Someone else read verse 6 from this version.
Okay. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means last among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will become a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel.
Very good. So this is the prophecy that specifically spoke or that specifically told us about the location of Jesus' birth. It says, but you, Bethlehem. So Bethlehem is the location of Jesus' birth. It says, you are not the least. Why you're not the least, Bethlehem? Because guess what? From you, at your location, is where the Messiah will be born. Okay, someone else for verse 7. Let's read from this version. Then
Then
Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the star that had there. He sent them
good.
to Bethlehem and said,
Just verse 7. Then Herod called the Magi
But
secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. Kennedy, read verse 8 for me.
and he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also.
Right, very good. So Herod is saying, hey, yeah, go search. Go search diligently for the child. And yes, you make sure search far and wide. Make sure you find him now, please, because I need to go and worship him too. Now, what was his motive?
To
to
kill
kill
him.
him. You wanted to kill
Kill
him
him.
He
for
wanted
him
to
to be
kill him,
killed.
right? He wanted to kill baby Jesus, right? Um, but the wise men had no clue. They was just like, yes, sir, great. All of us want to worship him, so, let's go, you know what I mean? So they were very, they didn't think evil about Herod. Um, but Herod actually wanted to kill baby Jesus. He was in true and sincere. Okay, so they left and they went their way. Someone read verse 9?
Which one?
This one.
When they had heard the king, they departed and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was.
Very good. And so they were guided by the star. Remember I told you that the star was not really an actual star. It was actually a distant company of angels. And the angels guided them directly to where the child was. Verse 10. And someone?
When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy.
When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. So they're like, yes, yes, yes. We have arrived to the spot. Yes. Yes, mom?
Can I be
Someone's asking.
excused?
Yes, sure, no problem. And
Okay,
then
thanks.
now we are in verse 11. So verse 11 is going to tell us what happened and what did they brought. Someone read verse 11 for me.
And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. When they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gold, frankincense, and
Myrrh.
myrrh. Sorry.
Myrrh. So they presented their gifts to him. So they opened their treasures. So you know these rich people, they're rich wise men. So they have their treasures. So they opened their treasure chest and they opened it and they gave unto him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Why did they give him these gifts? Why did they give him these gifts?
Because they know he was the new king.
Yes, because they knew that he was a king, and as the king, you want to honor the king. So they gave those gifts to him in a way to honor him, even though the Jews didn't really recognize Jesus as the king. These wise men whom the Holy Spirit was working upon their hearts, they realized that, hey, this isn't a normal baby. This is actually the king of the Jews. And so, excuse me, so they gave Jesus those gifts, and it's a way to honor him. Another thing is it's a way to show gratitude, right? And it's a form of worship too. Okay, so those are the reasons why. But why specifically gold? What does the gold represent? We talked about this before.
His
What does the
wealth
gold represent?
or the king.
The gold, remember we
That he
talked
was
about this?
king?
Yes, the gold represents royalty. It's symbolize the kingship of Jesus. Remember we talked about this before?
Yes,
What the
sir.
gold
Yes,
represent?
sir.
Yeah.
We say the
All right.
gold.
Remember the frankincense represents. Or what did I say it represents the last time?
Acknowledgement of his priesthood.
Say it again?
You say it was the acknowledgement of his priesthood.
Okay. What else did I say concerning that?
It was used in the temple for the ceremonial things.
Read it. Read what I have.
Used in the temple routines, burned ceremonially by the priest. This gift is said to be acknowledgement of Jesus' priesthood, setting him apart from typical king. This is
Yes.
an expensive fragrance used to worship deity. Hebrews 4, verse 14 to 16.
Yeah. So the frankincense symbolizes his priesthood because the incense is what was used in temple worship. Because incense this is used in temple worship. And then finally, the myrrh. What do we say that's
A
symbolism for?
fragrance. A fragrance
So,
to anoint dead bodies and
yeah,
show the
yeah.
human side of Jesus.
So we use this to anoint or embalm. Embalm. How did I spell embalm? It's EA or no embalm. So it's E. Sorry for the picture. Yeah, EM. So EMBALM. So to embalm. So this myrrh was used to embalm or anoint and the dead, and it was or it typified.
The human side of him and
No,
this
what I want to
dead.
say is that yeah, it typified or it was a symbol. Let's just say it was a symbol
Of
of
the future.
his yeah of his upcoming death.
His dead soon to come.
Yeah, and of his true mission. So remember what Jesus came to do. He came to earth to do what?
Righteousness?
To be a sacrifice, right?
Yes, sir.
So he came to earth to be a sacrifice for sinners. So he came to earth to die. He was born to die, but die not for his own sins, but to die for the
Father said.
sins. Yeah, for our sins. And so, and the good news is that he actually accomplished that. And the myrrh was a symbol to represent his death and his true mission. All right. Okay, so those are the three gifts. So I think we basically have covered this topic properly.
Uh,
What else? Okay, we still have some more to go. We need to talk about what ended up happening. And what ended up happening, and we can talk about that. That they actually did not go back to tell Herod because God warned them in a dream. So we're gonna take up our work back again on next week. But we're gonna talk about the rest of these things. Talk about how Herod ended up getting mad and end up declaring that everybody was two and under to be killed. How Joseph ended up going back to Nazareth and those things.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes.
Can you go back to the slide for a second, please?
Okay, no problem. All right. If that's it for those persons who or don't have any more questions for me, you are free to leave. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you on next week at 6.
And I
Good night, good night, good night. Have a wonderful weekend.
Hey, Mr. Picky, can you show me the profit and loss marks?
I haven't finished. I haven't forgotten you, Jonathan. I mean,
Okay, John.
Lionel.
You should stay here too.
Alright, so let me know when I can move it, Miss Brackley. Or she already left.